there any advice on how to prepare for such an unexpected disruption?
So maybe to just repeat the anecdote, because it was last week at the Darwin Circle. It's a digital conference, and what I said, it's so easy to start from scratch, to develop something. But if you are a multi-million euro company, you always have to think about where are you fast enough, keep these revenues. And in SMS, we definitely were not, because what happened is WhatsApp came, and provide a much better customer experience, including also that you can send photos. SMS was pure text. And what happened then is that our SMS revenue, which was big one, just dropped significantly, and this revenue went over to WhatsApp. And so my learning out of that is, I think, really see what's going on with your customers, what is the demand, be very close in terms of customer experience. I think you can't avoid it, that you will be disrupted, but you can avoid the impact, how powerful the impact is. So what I believe that we have been thinking too long about what WhatsApp is and how we can develop SMS further, and we were just too slow to react, and therefore the new platform WhatsApp came up and took the revenues from us, and it was a learning. So it's about speed, but it's also a lot about customer experience. When you know what your customers want, I think you're much further ahead than anyone else.
But what are the big questions that companies have to ask themselves when it comes to digitalization? So the first questions.
Especially, when I visit customers, and these are B2B customers. So 2-3 years ago, it was all about, how can we make our IT more efficient and cost effective. So it was an IT question.
Yeah.
It was not a CEO question. Nowadays, it's becoming more and more a CEO question, because if you are not a digital company, independent, if you work in the travel business, in the service industry business, in banking and insurance, I think we see how easily we can get disrupted. Now what I see is that the CEO or CXO level is much more interested in finding out which technologies they can use in order to improve their business, but also it's a more general discussion. It's not anymore about IT infrastructure. It's more about business purposes and also developing further of businesses. And I really like this discussion, because it brings you in a position that you can help these companies much more, because you can shape processes, but you also can shape new products, new business developments, and this is really a great opportunity for my colleagues and myself, because you really help to transfer our customers, and it's a very good phases we are in. I give you an example on IoT. So we can discuss, for example, how IoT, Internet of Things, helps companies in predictive maintenance. Means how can they set up new business models, but also how can they include it in their processes so that they save people. So it's really, there's no single area where it doesn't make sense to think about digitalization or IoT.
Yeah, that's a great point. So you mentioned before also that actually knowledge is accessible, easily accessible. We have also open data, open source packages. We have even hardware via cloud computing. So technology does not seem to be the bottleneck. So where are the main bottlenecks at the moment? So when you discuss with your customers?
I think it's time. It's really time and focus. Let me start with focus. It's that you identify your right priorities. There's so many things going on. There's a daily business you have to run. And I think it's the concentration on the core, like really what brings you further. Not 1 centimeter, but, they shoot to the moon. I think it's more like that you have to have your priorities clear. It's so easily to be said, but it's so difficult to be done. So really take the time to set your priorities. That's the number one thing. And then execute on these priorities. And I think the difference not anymore lays in strategy, it lays more in the execution.
So a great backbone on execution.
Yeah, and here the skill level and the team plays a major role. It's so much harder to get people on board, and also with all the developments we see, to really have them focus on these priorities, because there are so many things going on, and this asks for strong leadership and also passionate leadership.
Everyone is thinking about digital transformation. Every little or big, small companies are thinking of how to implement digital products and technologies. So the why or is not the question, but the how is the question. So what would you advise? How to start this topic in the company?
Really think about priorities first. So what you believe are your priorities to bring your company further, and then think about what is the technology which might be useful to help you there. And there are so many good companies out there who could help you to apply this technology. So really also try to understand who are the companies who are best in specific technological areas, and really also be external oriented. I think currently no one can do everything perfectly in-house, but really partnering is key at the moment.
Great. Thank you so much, Maria Zesch. Thank you for your insights, and also thank you for listening to us.
Thanks. Danke sehr.
Vielen Dank auch.